Okay, this is a test of the well, Four Swords Bridge, is the person I'm making it for calls it. It's basically a bridge that when you stand on a pressure plate, part of that bridge will appear, and then if you should come out at this with a group because only part of the bridge will appear. After that part, someone has to do some parkour to open the next bridge, and so on. This takes a lot of command blocks though. I added in the option of throwing in some payment, so if you don't have friends, you could go ahead and throw in some diamonds. Yep. And then over here, get a little riddle. Something that's soft and red that's not a bed. I wonder what that could be. 5. Yep, there we go. 5. It wanted 5. So that's basically it. The way that this works is you have the inputs over here for the first part. Comes down over here, and basically the pressure plate will automatically put out, and then we've got a comparator judging the amount of material in the hopper, which is putting out a signal that runs all the way over here, and the signal will come over here, it'll go down here, this spawns the bridge here. That's what makes it appear. You got, for each block that's used in the bridge, you have one command block. So I need a command block for this, every single block, including the lamps and the redstone to power it. So the way that I did that is so underneath this redstone there's the lamp, and then cover that. If you go underneath, there's a bunch of redstone under here to power everything, because you have to have the power going directly into the block. It can't be next to it, it has to go into it. Under here there's redstone blocks that spawn. And then over here, what's happening here is the power over here goes over here, but it's slowed down, and there's a faster route over here, and it's locking this repeater, preventing the signal from coming over here. Once this signal stops, this signal will go away, but this signal will stay here for a second. Actually, for longer than a second. And basically what will happen is that the signal will shoot through here as soon as this becomes unlocked, and it'll go ahead, power all these blocks, and remove that entire part of the bridge. If you actually here break a piece of redstone, you see that, and then the signal dies and the bridge is gone. Things I still need to do is when this is added, the parkour course needs to be added as well, because I don't want that to just sit there. So, but that's minor. Like those are things that I can add later. What I'll probably do is I'll just have a line of redstone coming out here and have the blocks be spawned in via coordinates or something like that. And it's the same basic concept over here, it's just a little bit more compact because I have had a little bit less room. I had to destroy my blinking parkour course from over there to make room for some of this stuff. I was done with testing that anyway, so it's not a big deal. But it's the same idea, it's just not as long a line of redstone. You got a redstone comparator. It's putting out a signal to here. There is, for that line, it requires a little bit over 64 blocks, so I think it's actually 70 blocks. yeah. So you have to add 6 wool blocks in there to get it to go the extra. Get the redstone line to go the extra block to hit the repeater. And then it's just the same idea. It's just mirrored. This removes, this pastes, and this line over here will block the repeaters. This line over here needs to be timed. What this does is it makes the it just makes the signal go slower once the power from here is removed, so that so then when the signal here it doesn't instantly just disappear. It gives it enough time for everything to go through and function, and then once it goes through, it'll just die. But yeah, the biggest issue with this whole thing is after figuring out how the command blocks worked and whatnot was the wiring of the command blocks, trying to figure out how that worked out. This was relatively complicated because with a 3D structure you have to, a command block will only power the so when you put power into a command block, it'll power the block and any blocks directly adjacent to it. Oops. And then that block, but you wouldn't be able to put a block there because there has to be an input into it. So really you can only power with one input. You can power this many commands. That's 5 commands. So actually 6. Sorry, forgot about the one that's underneath. So you have to make sure that every single command block gets power somehow. And when you're generating a structure like this, I think this is probably it's probably not the most complex bridge I can make, but I don't want to make a bigger bridge. It just take too many command blocks and too much time because you have to program every single command block per block, and it's just a lot of if someone comes out with a filter to convert a specific item into a selection into a command block group, a set block command block group for MC Edit, maybe then I'll do the work, because I'm somewhat tired of putting in all these coordinates and whatnot. You mess up, like, oops, I had 24 and I tested it and it worked fine. So I thought it was 2 blocks off, so I had to go through and I had to redo every single one on both of them because they were both 2 blocks too far over. It's happened before with this as well. Just tends to happen. But this is the full-scale version of the test that I did earlier over here, which is right here, where you stand on a platform. This was just my first little test, and yeah, works fine. That's about it. I'll keep you guys updated with my progress on these command block things. If anyone needs help, or if you have questions, please feel free to comment or message me. I'll be glad to help. Okay, that's it. Bye.